Hello everyone, this is Mukunthan Ragavan, and this video we are going to see the XPath selectors. In previous videos we have seen CSS selectors. What are XPath selectors? XPath stands for XML path language. Generally it will be used in the XML document to selecting the nodes. However, the same being used in the HTML structures as well. Since every web automation would be including the HTML pages, we are using the XPath. If you are already from the Selenium Java background, definitely you would have used the XPath in one or other places. But let's imagine you are totally new to the automation and the XPath. Let's try to understand the basics here. We are going to see only the basics in XPath, and there is a reason behind that. We will see that reason in the last. Let's go to the next one. XPath syntax basics. The XPath syntax is // tag name. Within square brackets, you will have the attribute and equal to value. Attribute will be having the @ symbol in front of that. Unlike CSS selectors, we will have here @. In CSS selectors, we have seen the same thing without @ symbol. Also, we have the different other combination. For example, tag name within square brackets, you can use the different methods. For example, here you can see contains method, which expects the attribute and its value, so that it is not exactly looking for the value, any value that contains that. In the similar fashion, we have the different other methods can be used in the XPath functions. For example, text, contains, starts with, and also we have the and or condition, so that you can have multiple attributes you can connect by using and or. Let's try to understand in the practical way. Here you can see all the three things that we need to see. On your total left hand side you have the HTML page, and in middle you have the HTML code. On your right hand side you have the actual Playwright test. Let's see the index.html. As you know, tag is nothing but here head, body, h1, button, a, form, which comes after the bracket, or let's say angular bracket, that could be considered as the tags. Attributes, as you know, attribute will be inside your HTML content, which will have the equal symbol, and on your left hand side you will be having the attribute name, and your right hand side you will be having the value. For example, here id is the attribute, bt1 is the value for that. And here you can see we are just trying to select that locators, and we are going to use it. In the previous video we have seen we can directly use the click methods or different methods by using the CSS and XPath, but it is suggested to use CSS equal to the actual CSS or XPath equal to the XPath. Here in the first two lines you can see we are using the CSS as well as the XPath. In case of XPath, we are using XPath equal to / button. Button is the tag name, and ID is equal to btn1, which is the attribute and its value. And same thing you can see the CSS version. For ID, we will be using the hash symbol. So we are using the hash symbol here. And contains method, here you can see href attribute should contain the login. So obviously it has multiple things, https example.com/login, but we are looking only for the value which is login. So it should contain the login, and we are making sure that works fine. Same goes to the text method. Text method will be looking for the text inside your HTML tags. For example, here you can see line number 9, you can see welcome, which is enclosed with the h1 tags. We are telling the text is equal to the welcome. Again, we can make the different combination, starts with, end with, and so on. But these are the different types we can use the XPath and CSS. Let's execute and see the output. Everything went fine and it looks good. And this one failed actually. Why? Because we have a sample URL to navigate, that obviously will return the 404. So that's the reason. However, remaining all the locators are working fine. If you want to see the output, you can use the npx playwright show report. Go to the terminal, place npx playwright show report. Here you can see everything has been clicked properly. Now coming to the actual agenda. So now we have seen how to use the CSS and XPath in total. In previous video, we have seen CSS and XPath. Even though we use the CSS and XPath, we still use the locator method, obviously, which will create the locator instance. And we have understood what is the difference between selectors and locators. Now coming to the main point for this video. Are XPath and CSS preferred? As per the Playwright documentation, we are not using XPath and CSS because DOM can change very often, which will make our test cases flaky. Instead of trying to use the XPath and CSS, we will try to use the different other locators which are more powerful, which are more efficient, which are by role, by label, by placeholder, by text, by alternative text, by title, by test ID. These are the possible efficient locators that we are going to use as part of Playwright locators. Then why did we see CSS and XPath? There might be two reasons. One is already you are using some project which has lot of CSS and XPath already are used. Then again, you don't want to create everything from the scratch. from the starting of the project. You want to reuse, but whenever you want to create the new locator, you will be using the Playwright locators. In that case, still we can use the CSS and XPath. And other reason, even though we get into the role, label, placeholder, and other kind of locators which are preferably for the Playwright, still it's good to have the knowledge about CSS and XPath. So that's the reason first couple of videos we have seen CSS and XPath, but Playwright mainly uses other locators that we discussed. So in the coming videos, we will be using the a specific Playwright exclusive locators. So this is all about this video, and always be a rainbow in others cloud.